Hey friends, it's time to answer a thread, namely One Big Holiday. 150 subscriptions. Congratulations to you, Andy. To kind of get myself situated here with the camera and the questions. Okay. Alrighty. You have good taste. Not like you need anyone's approval, but it's just the first comment that comes to mind. And I just dig your personality, and I can see that you're tall. I can see, and I just being tall myself, just I can relate to tallness. I don't know. I think you know what I mean. If we were to meet, it would be like cool. You know what I mean? Tall people make me feel safe. That's strange to say, but it's the truth. Okay. Question number 1: discover something in your collection that for some reason or another you haven't listened to. And I do this actually all the time. And the most recent thing I talked about already was the Andrew Lay solo album from the Blossom Toes. I mean, I knew I had the record, but I hadn't even played it in so long, and hadn't even been blaked. But another record that I had pulled recently to do that with was this Wilkinson Tricycle. And one of the reasons why I would not play it or pass it over if I would be in the W's and looking at stuff to play was because I remember this album well. I had an original copy as a teen and got it as a cutout. And, I thought it was cool in part, but mostly, it's kind of got that real simple blues approach. But then the fact of the matter is there's several standout tracks that are much more like just pure psych, American psych, the American sound. I think these guys are from Texas, possibly, but anyway, it starts off really good. What of I, the first song, and then the third song, which is a slow song. It starts off called David's Rush. Memorable. Actually, I had forgotten how much I liked the song. So upon playing this and getting past a couple of the kind of plotting numbers, really, really enjoyed this. And I'm going to say along the same lines, I'm listening to something now that I was prompted to listen to. It's partially going into question 2. I've been, someone was talking about Mercury Rev recently, and I don't have any Mercury Rev on vinyl at all, but I like the band quite a bit, but I haven't listened recently. So I pulled these, and I just listened to Opus 40, and this is a single. I really, I got this really cheap, to be honest, which is why I have this. That one I don't care too much for, but this song I like a lot. Goddess on a Highway. And I have this CD single. It's a 2-part CD single. I have both parts. There's one, and then here's the second part. But the Mercury Rev that I really like is the early stuff. So what I have going in the background now, softly, is you See You on the Other Side. This I really like, and to me it's very psychedelic. I don't say to me, really, it is. It is psychedelic. It's really good, creative. This is good stuff. Don't see their vinyl, and I grabbed this when it came out. This is an original CD copy of this Bosses. I believe that's the name of the album. I've had it a long time. And this is crazy. This is a crazy album. I love it. Hadn't listened to any of this in a while, so the BC prompted me to pull up my Mercury Rev. I would love to find some Mercury Rev on vinyl at a decent price. Of course, I always have to add that caveat. Okay, number 2, show an album, band, genre that you got into as a result of the BC, or just the BC in general. I've been thrown into a lot, and so I just pulled a few, and I want to say that, folks, that I couldn't think of everyone because I've been blessed by a lot of input as well as just people giving me music to make sure I hear it. Some of the music that I have been turned on to from the BC is more Polish progressive rock, thanks to Simon. And here's one of them, The Most Beautiful Day, Exodus. He sent this to me, and this is really excellent. And I don't know that I would have ever been able to get this record any other way. Thank you, Simon. Much appreciated. Ketan Depena doesn't post videos, but he's very much here, a presence in the VC, and he's turned me on to several metal albums that I would not have had otherwise. And this is the most recent one he sent me, The Devil's Blood, The Thousandfold Epicenter. Really like this a lot. I knew about this band, but didn't have any of their records, and so thanks to Stepan 78, 73, now I'm forgetting. Nits, Omsk, and this was just a wonderfully welcome addition to my collection because I love this. And Robert Jan Stips is someone that I've been collecting for years now. I don't find this stuff very often, so I have Stefan to thank for that, and the BC. More recently, Nick Sloan turned me on to Early Day Night Miners, and I found this recently used, and I really like this a lot. Really like this. The last thing I chose to answer this with is several members of the VC have shown copies of this, and I did not know about this artist until the VC, and that's Dorothy Ashby. Among others, I'm pretty sure I've seen Glowing Double O Cabbage show this. Possibly Big Star 1000, I think, has shown this. Mr. Fartboy, possibly 79, has shown this. I know others have shown Dorothy Ashby. I think recently, Chris Goodwin, did you get some Dorothy Ashby recently? So again, I have the VC to thank for this, and this is just a fan-frickin-tastic album. Excellent. Okay, number 3, Go Local. Tell us about some of your favorite local bands from your area. Show some vinyl. Actually, this is hard and easy, because the easy way to go about this is recent indie, which is what I'm going to show because I have vinyl. But the roots of what I love locally go way back to my parents, to be honest with you. And that would include my parents, my dad, Red Higgins, his bands, Preston Love, another local jazz legend who passed away not that long ago, who I've actually played with, to all of the soul and funk bands that I grew up with. LA Carnival is one. There was just so many, I can lay claim to Buddy Miles, who played with Jimi Hendrix. I grew up with his family, you know what I'm saying, and his first cousin, my best friend in around 5th and 6th grade, and all the stories I can tell about hearing Buddy's records that he was making with Jimmy before they were released, But to go more recent, I can definitely toot my own horn while I'm doing this because it's the truth. The single that I helped to release last year by Conduits in Dreama, Icky Blossoms, and Touch People, all 4 of these bands, not only are they my friends, but I highly respect and love their work. All of these musicians. Conduits. This is a smoking album. I just played this again recently, and what's cool about it is I put it on, and then it's like it takes you on a journey. You don't just play one song. It wants to be played all the way through. At least the whole side. And I think that's quite an accomplishment, for anyone, because I'm able to enjoy an artist just for a song, but when you're doing something so strong that I want to stay with it till the end of what you're doing, that's a lot. That says a lot. My good friends, the Conduits. Also, I want to shout out to Orenda Fink and Maria Taylor, and some sweet ladies. Orenda, I know she's married. If you see it, anybody that knows her, you can just tell her I've had the biggest crush on Orenda Fink forever. Azure Ray, that girl is sweet as they come, as well as talented. Orenda Fink is badass, in my opinion. And I like her solo stuff as well. Seriously, I do. But I pulled the Azure Ray to show some props and respect to both Maria and Orenda. The ladies have a real cool chemistry when they work together, as well as both of them being very talented. Some great local music. Another shout out I want to give that is a direct connection to me, and I'll explain, is Noah's Ark was a spaceship. This is another local band. This is their latest album that's out now. And it's got a funky title. It has some sort of popular culture context. Hang a Fang. Hang a Fang is the name of the album. Hang a Fang. I had to have Andrew, the lead singer of this band, and who I'm in Jewel Beast with. He's in the band Jewel Beast with me. I had to ask him what that meant. I forgot what he told me, but it's some kind of popular culture reference. But this is a really good album, and I think this came out in 2011. Yeah, this is new. It was just released last year. I want to share that one of the reasons that I was convinced to go with Pirates Press to make Dereck 3 as well as my new one, Dereck 2, was their album. When I bought it, I noticed the quality, and I asked him, where'd you get this pressed at? Pirates Press. And I'm pretty sure this is the orange that mine is going to be. And this is their album, but Dereck 2, I'm pretty sure this is what Dereck 2 vinyl is going to look like. This is Pirates Press. Now I know that Pirates Press has more than one orange, but I think this is the one. I think this is number 4, the one that I ordered. But Noah's Ark, they remind me of Sonic Youth, and Nirvana in good ways. I recommend this album. Noah's Ark was a spaceship. Let's look it up online. Yeah, we have our first gig coming up this Saturday, and we rehearse tonight. I'm excited. 2 more for the local here. I'm going a while here. Okay. I want to shout them out. The Faint. I love The Faint. More alive than the records, okay? I don't think, honestly, God bless you guys. I don't think your records are anything close to the excitement and the sparks that you generate in your live shows. The Faint live is something to be experienced. I've seen them several times. I've never seen a bad, limp Faint show. That's saying a lot. They bring the noise every time. The Faint. And they're I don't know who the new bass player is, but they're back. They're going to be doing their shows that they're back in August. Don't want to miss them. And this is their Wet from Birth album. This has a couple really good tracks. And so, shouting out to The Faint. The last shout out I'll give, in all earnest and honesty, is to 2 bands at one time, because I'm not in the band at this time, but I can say that. That's so cool. I can say that about this. This split that we made was made with Bright Eyes before I was in the band, Sun Ambulance. But both of these bands, I'm shouting out big time. Bright Eyes, Connor, for his courage to just bring the noise with his his raw, real statements, starting as a child. That's quite a person. That's quite a man. And then Sun Ambulance, as you know, I was a member, and I just saw Joe at the wedding reception, and you can't read Joe. I don't know if he'll do Sunambulance again, and I don't know if he'll ask me to play again. He's played with a lot of people, but I was in Sunambulance. I'm on the last Sunambulance album, Someone Else's Deja Vu. But I wanted to show this one because this one is a bit collectible. I think you can still buy it. It's been reissued, but for a time this was going for money. But this is good, and it was my introduction to Sunambulance. And it's really kind of funny, but somehow when I first learned about this band, I was intrigued by the name, Somnambulance, and when I saw pictures of Joe, for some reason, he caught my attention as a person. And wouldn't you know it, it seemed like destiny that we would work together. And it was not the worst marriage of a musician that I've worked with, but it was a tough one. I learned a lot working with Joe, and I also have told him this directly. I thank him dearly for the experiences that I garnered through being in Sunambulance, like the touring and going to Europe. Those things opened up to me as a result of working with him. Okay, I could go on. There's many more. Coyote Bones, David Matesiak, he's actually from Athens, Georgia, but when he made the first Coyote Bones album, he was living here in Omaha. I'm on that album. He's back in Athens. He's here in town right now, actually, and I think he'll be over tomorrow. He's the cat that lives with the cat from Deer Hunter. What's his name, Brandon? I stayed at their house, but Deer Hunter was on tour, so I didn't get to meet him in person, but we've talked. Yeah, David is a very talented musician as well. I consider him local. So the bonus is, wear one of your favorite band t-shirts. Well, you can't see it, so I have to stand up, but it's a Mew t-shirt. Mew are definitely one of my favorite bands. Absolutely. Absolutely. Mew is one of my favorite bands, and I don't know if their history now. I sure hope they make another record. Probably will. But their chance to be big, is that over? I don't know. Does it matter? I don't think it does. It just makes some fantastic music. So in ending this, I need to do some business, but first I'll say, Andy, One Big Holiday, congratulations to you, and of course, many more subscribers to you, man. You're a cool cat. Sincerely, thank you for being here. And if any of you are still watching this, I need to call your attention to, I'll put it in the notes below the video, that Dereck 2 pre-ordering is happening now. I just started the pre-orders yesterday. I'm excited about this whole venture, that we're doing it again. It's so weird how once I do something, when I do it again, how it reawakens the memories, and oh, it's so cool. Like, it reminds me right away of when I, after doing my first film, when I got a chance to do my second one, which I didn't expect. It happened sooner than I thought it would. And Dereck 2 is actually happening sooner than I originally thought I was going to do. And I really thought I was going to wait till the fall. And just kind of one thing has led to another, and here we are doing it, and I'm in the mode, and I like it. So yeah, a couple more orders have happened today already, and I do want to prompt you, if you see this, if you're interested in getting specifically one of the 100 orange vinyl copies, order as soon as you can. And I love you all. Thank you so much. Thanks, Andy. Thank you.